I'm Reverend Dr. Thompson, Akwo, Ntuba, and I continue to bring my teaching ministries to you, to your home, wherever you are. And you know that I've been teaching lately on the subjects of dominion recovery and dominion leadership. But today I want to emphasize the importance of commitment in the ministry. Because when I teach institutional theology courses, especially in systematic theology, and I teach Christology, pneumatology, theism, Christian anthropology, ecclesiology, soteriology, or the theological study of salvation. I enjoy teaching ecclesiology because we look at the church in particular, the composition of the church offices, the church functions, ministries, and the church leadership. Because there are lots of issues and problems in the body of Christ today. There are also the prophetic in the body of Christ that is causing a lot of confusion, because again, when we look at Ephesians 4 and we look at the fivefold ministry, the office of the prophet is laid out, and then we look at the prophetic as a gifting. And in Romans 12 and 1 Corinthians 12, we actually see giftings, and many people look at them as if there's some confusion. When we look at Romans, 1 Corinthians 12, we would divide the ministry gifts into three groups. We'll look at the manifestation ministry and manifestation power gifts. But I want you to understand that the giftings of Romans have to be understood very well, because you see some of those giftings which are there, they don't appear in 1 Corinthians 12. So it is important that we teach people systematic theology very well. Then we go to practical theology, again, where essentially we will look at ecclesiology and soteriology. Ecclesiology in the sense of the practical aspect of ministry. We'll look at the place of the deity. We'll look at the place of, in quote, ministers. But the Bible talks about the priesthood of all believers. But don't forget that when Paul began to lay down the structural principles of the running of the church, things began to be very clear. Because Jesus talked about building his church and the gates of Hades will not prevail over it. But you see that Jesus actually preached in the synagogue, in the temples, and in houses and other places. So Jesus did not concentrate in the preachings of the church and what the church is or is all about. And so when we don't get these things right, then we'll begin to make a mockery of what is supposed to be. So it's also important when I begin to teach on church history that we get certain things right and look at the early church fathers, and then look at different denominational theologies and ideologies, and the different historical missionary movements and where they originated, what has become of them, why they are things the way they are. If we don't get these theological principles very right, because when I used to give guest lectures at the theological seminary, especially